This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 2 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. It is book 2, Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament. 21 chapters in, Sammy Garlepp is back.
God,
thanks,
I
Sammy.
read them all during that intro.
It is funny though, because 21 chapters, and what has happened?
Yeah.
A lot has happened though, really.
A lot has happened. I was thinking that Amy must... the correspondent of the show, Amy, when I was re-listening to our little bit from last week, we obviously forgot that Clownish Jiri was revealed as the
dick chopper
offerer.
Yeah.
I want to know if people listening to the show write things down as they go and write down what's happening in the plot, because I feel like I should have started actually doing that and writing what has happened in each.
I feel like I should as well.
I feel like you should do that.
Do a Spark Notes with all the chapter by chapter analysis. But did get a few people in my DMs from last week's ep sending the Wizard's hat who caught on to the fact that it was Don't Lie by the Black Eyed Peas. Remember I said send them a Wizard's hat?
No, and I really liked that little bit of you used the bed
splinching. Bit of splicing.
You splinched up the audio. I can't even speak what it was. What did you do?
I splinched up the audio of you saying the lyrics to the song with Will I Am in the background.
It sounded quite cool.
Yeah, it sounded cool. I will do more of that.
If you think I should do more beat poetry, send a wizard. No, don't.
How have you been though? You been good?
Yeah, good. This feels very, seeing as we had about 3 months in between our last podcast, this feels very soon to be doing
it feels
it
way too soon. I will say I started a TikTok account for Harry Potter and the Boys. So we're filming all the episodes again. We're probably not going to put I sometimes speak like this is Sam's pod, but really is just a good friend who comes and does it with me.
I did think about that. I post some story stuff, but I am publicly not. I'm not a co-host of this show, but I am.
Well, you're a recurring co-host, I guess. And we're going to put up little TikToks and reels and stuff. So that's HPATB pod on TikTok. Go and follow that. We put the first clip up, or I put the first clip up. It was the Cheeseman Damo reveal. Which was quite a funny moment where I lost my shit because a character who's the HR representative of Hogwarts is called Cheeseman Damo.
And surely there was just, I thought it sounds like, if you're still going by Cheeseman when you're over 30, 35, it's like a frat guy or a guy from high school still clinging onto that nickname.
Yeah. It's like, it's Bonza. Bonza's here, and he's like a 40-year-old guy who's still single.
Yeah. Hey, you're like, oh, hi, I'm Sam. It's like, oh, g'day, I'm Big Schlong.
Yeah.
My kids are here.
That actually reminds me, I was at a party 5 or 6 years ago, and there was a guy at the party who looked like a cool dude, had dreadlocks, was a cool dude.
And I got rid of those.
Yeah. And I introduced myself to him hey, I'm Mike, how are you? And he's like our age. And he was like, g'day, Mike, I'm Stacker. No. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm Stacker. And I was just like, you're too old to be Stacker. I'm sorry. You're and at this point I was 23 and I was still you're too old to be Stacker.
Unless his last name is Stack or
Stackarelli or something.
I did put out a little question of what was some potential HR issues to deal with at
What is Cheeseman Damo doing day to day?
But I put out to the Sammy Garlepp followers.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
How'd they respond?
Yeah, well, I'll read out my favourite one.
Who was it from?
This is Radio Maddie. No, I can't get to do that.
No, you can.
No,
is it who? Maddie who?
you don't know her.
I might know her.
Oh, you might know her.
Well, can I say? No, don't know her.
So I said, the potential HR issues that have been at Hogwarts. Do you know any?
Yeah.
And one of the first ones. Yeah. Lack of background check on teachers.
That is so true. Werewolf. Mad Eye Moody slips through the cracks as Barty Crouch Jr.
Yep. She said peep every DA teacher ever.
Yeah.
Against the
Quirrell Voldemort on the back of his head. Lockhart, a known fraud, which Dumbledore knew, but still hired him to expose him.
Imagine the class action from the parents of all the students against the school.
Yeah. So really, it's not even this book, my book, isn't that far off. Like, horrible things are happening at Hogwarts, both in my interpretation of the Harry Potter universe and J.K. Rowling's.
Yes, horrible, but J.K. horrible, except had some kind of continuity. And,
and there were like ethics, like no one in Harry Potter could die without there being consequences, I guess.
There's a certain suspension of disbelief that you allow yourself, and this goes way past.
There's another level. Well, thanks, Maddie, for that. You've got your notepad there.
Well,
is there anything else you wanted to bring up?
This makes me sound so old because I saw a meme and then I wrote down the essence of the meme.
Okay.
Which was from a Reddit post, I think.
Yeah, great.
About, have you seen this about the Voldemort, like the age that he died versus the average age of wizards?
No.
Because the average living age of wizards in the 1990s, which is when it was set, the average age was 137 and 3/4 years.
Because Dumbledore was in his hundreds, wasn't he?
Dumbledore was 115 when he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a life.
Yeah. Which was young, because the average age is 137 and 3/4.
Yeah. So he could have lived another 20 years.
Voldemort was 71.
So if he had just not done any of the shit he did.
If he had not done, he's done all these Horcruxes, all this shit.
He has done everything humanly and inhumanly possible to avoid death. Yeah. When really, if he just lived a normal, good life, he could have gotten double the time.
Just eat healthy and exercise, don't smoke. He could have, he would have lived, literally like
twice as long.
I don't know. I just thought
that is really funny because, like, in his mind, it was like, no, either I live forever. Like, there's no alternative. I just have to live forever.
He was still so young. He's like, no, I have to live forever. I need a quick fix. I pictured him. He's just at home on the couch. He sees an infomercial for Horcruxes.
He's like, he picks up his phone. He's like, hello, I saw the ad about the Horcruxes. I'd love to get one. No worries.
Hey, you. Me? Yes, you evil fuck.
Are you scared of death? Yes. Do you want to prolong your life as long as possible? Yes. Then you need a Horcrux.
Horcruxes.
You've tried the Philosopher's Stone? Yes. You've tried unicorn blood? Yes.
I sure have.
What else is there? Horcruxes.
There's got to be an easier way. Well, look no further. Let me introduce you to the brand new Horcrux.
Are you up all night drinking unicorn blood in the Forbidden Forest? Yes. You don't need to do that. Kill someone and make a Horcrux. Yeah. Download our free guide to making a Horcrux, and then for as little as $9.99 a month, we'll keep them anywhere you want.
Call now and get this exclusive offer. Not one Horcrux, not two, but 7 Horcruxes for the price of 7 souls.
And we'll hide them in any item of your choosing. Got a cup? Got a locket? We'll Horcrux them. That's funny.
Results may vary.
Yeah. Just remember, we are not responsible for your Horcruxes, so make sure you find a safe place to keep them.
And that's it. Horcruxes. Horcrux power, helping you die better.
Horcruxes, live forever. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that was it.
Well,
all right, I'm out of here.
That was really funny. Well, let's get into...
That was a good idea, wasn't it?
That was fun, yeah. Let's get into the fanfic.
Let's do it.
Wait. I just realised. So before the show, we should just tell this really quickly. Before the show, because I live in an apartment, You like
You sure do.
you buzz up to my apartment and then I there's a little phone kind of thing and I go, hey, it's like in Seinfeld where it's like, hey, it's Elaine, come on up.
I've just got to quickly say that if the listeners here only know what an apartment is from Seinfeld, we're in trouble.
Well,
people know what an intercom
not all
is.
apartments have the intercoms though. So it's like Seinfeld's
Don't
a good.
they?
No, I lived in one that didn't have one.
What did you
ages
do
ago.
then?
I just went down. It was it was a small 70. Anyway, it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
I'm distracting you.
So I said my apartment number is 404, and then Sam pressed 404, and I answered as an old lady, and I was like, "Hello," and you were like, "Hey," and then I'm like, "Who's this?" And then you were like, "Sorry, I've obviously pressed the wrong number," and I was like, "All right, Sam Garlepp."
And that was the moment I realised I'd been had.
And I think that's in the top 10 funniest things I've ever done.
It was really annoying because you did do it. You didn't go over the top with your voice.
Yeah.
You just went, hello. And it sounded really, it wasn't crazy enough. 'Cause usually you do an old nonna or something like that. Or like Captain Jack Sparrow impression. But, so it did trick me because, you've only recently moved here. I'm sure you would have got the number wrong. I actually wasn't sure I had the right building.
Yeah.
And then
even though you were here last week.
Yeah, but I forgot what the door was because last week you pretended to go through. We were downstairs and Mike pretended to go all through these different doors. He said, that's not it.
So last week, when Sam came, I went to a random wall and I started tapping on the wall like Hagrid does when he goes into Diagon Alley.
It was like that. Which didn't trick me. It didn't trick me at the time. I thought it was very funny. It didn't trick me. But then it did confuse me for this week because I forgot where the real
You
door
tried
was.
to go back to Diagon Alley.
Exactly.
Anyway,
and then Mike was this time when Mike did the fake voice, he tricked me, but then revealed the trick. He was so happy with the trick, he then forgot to press the button that unlocks the door, so I couldn't get in.
So Sam was just standing there and I was waiting at the lift and then Sam texted me being like, hey, the door hasn't opened. And I was like, buzz again.
Yeah. So
anyway.
that's everything that's happened up until now.
Hey, you'll be pleased to know just before we get to the fanfic, because I know a lot of people hate the chit chat, but 2 listeners of the show wrote into me this week and they said they like the chit chat and the fanfic equally. So sorry guys, it will continue.
It will continue. But to be fair, the show is about the fanfic.
Yeah, it is about the fanfic.
It is about the Harry Potter. It's about the Harry Potter universe that's been created and the fan fiction. We happen to chat at the start, but
A bit of chit chat, yeah.
we can't help ourselves.
To bulk it up, it's padding. And now, look, we'll get on to the fanfic. We're up to chapter 21. Sam, get excited because things are finally going down in this book. And as always...
I'm not just talking about Neville on Lavender Brown in the closet. That's probably inappropriate.
Sam, as always, we start by reading the title of the chapter. Excuse this interruption, teachers and students. Just a reminder that Derek is a disgrace to all wizards, but also just a very quick reminder before we get into the fanficky that if you like this podcast and you want to support it and make sure it comes out every week and we don't have to take any breaks, give as little as $1 a month over on Patreon, patreon.com/Radio Mike. You get a bonus podcast as well. It all just helps me keep the lights on here at Radio Mike Productions, so I'd really appreciate any support. Or just make a one-off donation, paypal.me/It's Radio Mike. If you give $1 a month for a year, $12, you pay for nearly this podcast to exist for a month. So please consider it. Look, guys, we got to keep the lights on somehow, and unfortunately, we do not have access to the Lumos spell. So there you go, linking it back to Harry Potter. Anyway, let's get on with the fanfic. Enjoy this episode.
Chapter 21. Clownish Kim Jiri.
Ooh. Which is...
Who's that?
So, for new listeners
Never
of the
heard of
show,
him.
Clownish Kim Jiri seems to be the faceless villain of this particular book. He's in cahoots with Mr. Charger, the other villain who's the evil potions teacher. And Clownish Kim Jiri is known as a dick chopper offerer.
Yeah, and he appears clown-like. I think that was it.
He has
red hair.
His name is Kim Jiri, like first name Kim, second name Jiri, but he looks like a clown, so people used to bully him and call him Clownish Kim Jiri.
Yeah, but get more creative, kids.
And wasn't there a chapter where they said that the Voldemort Reunitement Committee? He's part of the Voldemort Reunitement Committee. So that's it's all interesting. So let's get into chapter 21.
All right, this is the first sentence of chapter 21, Clownish Kim Jiri. Del Toro Quest is really average. Just going to put it out there. Del Toro Quest, which is another young adult fiction series.
Nowhere near the caliber of what Harry Potter was.
I think I used to really like it.
No, I mean it was fun, but it's nowhere near as I don't even know. I think it's an Australian author.
But pretty funny. I think that's a really good. Like you don't read Twilight and Stephanie Meyer isn't there going, hey, I know. Look, I'll get to Edwin and Jacob in a minute, but how shit is Harry Potter? How shit is that shitty book?
Del Toro Quest is really. So did you read Del Toro Quest?
I read a little bit of it.
Yeah, all the front
Was
covers.
it in order?
Yeah,
because I think I just read random ones.
You're just jumping from quest to quest.
They were shiny, weren't they? Shiny.
Yeah,
covers?
and they all had like monsters on the front, like the Forest of Silence, the Lake of Tears. They were good books.
I thought you were reading. I thought you had them on your bookshelf.
I don't have any of them, but they were good. Yeah, they were fun.
Anyway.
So this is how the author has decided to start this chapter by
yes.
dissing another fantasy children's series.
Yeah, Del Toro Quest is really average. Just gonna put it out there. Also, one of the guys in its name is Barda. What the fuck? Bada boom. Anyway, just wanted to start the chapter with that message from the narrator. Moving on with the actual book.
Wow. Just criticizing, one of the characters in this book is called Cheeseman Damo.
Yeah. Gorby Blonsky's a good name, actually.
Yeah, Gorby's good. But Barda. Yeah, there was a character called Barda in Del Toro Quest. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, okay. Okay. Record scratch sound effect. Sorry, it's me, the narrator again. Honestly, I could write a better book than Del Toro Quest. Come on, Emily Rodder. Sees picture of Emily Rodder and crosses it out with a texter.
So there's like little notes.
Stage directions
with asterisks going. So we're supposed to believe that the narrator is like stepping into the scene, sees a picture of Emily Rodder, crosses it out with a texter, and then walks off and continues to narrate the book.
It's really got the vibes of, yep, that's me.
Yeah, it does.
You're probably wondering how I got
here.
In this situation.
Well, before I can tell you that story, I've got to go back a little bit. Also, Emily Rodder is the author of Del Toro Quest, for those who don't know. Good series. Not average. Above average.
The boys exited Harry's office and were genuinely concerned about literally everything.
Which is a fair thing to... Can I say, I'm pretty sure the last 5 chapters have all occurred in like 1 hour of time.
That's true. Because they were... Yeah, that's true.
They've just been going from place to place and each chapter just picks off literally... Anyway, just... Thought I'd point that out.
You're right. Which shows us how important these few moments are.
Yeah, these are big moments in the boys' lives.
Okay. I'm outie, said Michael. I'm leaving the school. I just can't do this anymore.
Reasonable response.
Unfortunately, you have to stay, said me, the narrator. Shut the fuck, said Michael. Why? I feel like this happens a bit in this book with your dialogue, where they don't say they often end with "shut the fuck." They never say "shut the fuck up," but they also do the "fuck" in capital letters.
Yeah, what is that? Is that from something? Shut the fuck. No, I think
it's not.
It's just like shut the fuck. I think it's because it's like. Yeah, I don't know.
The fuck is the most important. I mean, once you've said the fuck,
you know what?
You know where they're at. You know
it's not shut the fuck down.
It's yada, yada, yada.
Shut the fuck up, yeah. Okay, so Michael is cursing the narrator.
Yeah.
What's gone wrong, Sam? Oh, you've moved the mouse over to the other computer.
Oh, my God. What the fuck?
Shut the fuck.
Yeah, but I don't know the...
Okay, we'll cut this. Cut point. All right, we'll explain it to the listeners.
No,
I think we have to. So before the show, sorry guys, it's a chit chat. All right, in this episode, I'm gonna have a sting made up that's like chit chat, and then it's every time we detour, and then you can skip it when you hear the sting. So
great
chit chat moment. I can't even be bothered explaining it.
Basically, if you're familiar with Apple products, you can mirror extend your screen desktop onto other monitors. Mike has accidentally discovered he can do that wirelessly with his laptop and his other one, and didn't know he was doing it. And now the mouse keeps flying off the screen that I've got onto this random computer on the other side.
That's a great explanation. Anyway, chit chat over.
And I thought I'd try to keep it to 30 seconds because if you're skipping, you don't want to skip.
You skip past the fanfare.
Exactly. All right. Chit chat done. All right. As the boys moved down the corridors, they passed a bunch of other students just living their lives, going to classes, having fun with puking pastels and every flavoured beans. Why couldn't the boys have a school scenario like that? Sorry, pause for no reason.
I guess that's how Harry would have felt at school. Like,
I often think this.
yeah, like everyone's just having fun at magic school, and I have to live with this trauma of the knowledge that there's a murderer after me.
Oh, what I would give to have gone to Hogwarts and finished sixth year, is that the last year?
Seventh year.
Finished seventh year, the year before Harry Potter started.
Yeah.
Think of that world.
Yeah.
Voldemort's dead in that world.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't come back yet.
Hogwarts is suspiciously quiet.
Exactly. Nothing has gone. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
those between when Harry was 5 and between 5 and 12 or 4 and 11 or whenever.
Yeah.
Started Hogwarts. I wish I
Greatest
went.
time.
You went to Hogwarts, then you would have the best freaking time of your life.
Yeah.
No Voldemort, no worries.
And and actually just imagine it at our school, if there was a student at the school that everyone knew there was a mass murderer trying to kill,
Yeah.
but he just was also just in classes. Wouldn't you be like, hey, don't you think you should be in like protection? Like, do you think you should be at school? Because, anyway, very weird.
This is a bit of Harry Potter trivia. Who was the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher before Quirrell?
I'm not sure. Because Quirrell was the Muggle studies teacher before he was Defense Against the Dark Arts. So I don't know who was the... Yeah.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think there's a lot of them because Dumbledore said none of them lasted a year.
But I imagine that there was maybe one with a bit of a more longevity before Harry started.
Right. Yeah, possibly.
I reckon he says it in the movie, all the books.
Nah, because Voldemort put a curse on the position, and that's why it changes every year. Anyway, fanfic
Forgot
time.
about that.
Also, I've decided I'm not going to do the chit chat sting that I mentioned. Just feels like way too much effort. Sorry. I've been
Already bored of the podcast by now.
I've been thinking about that the whole time since I said it.
Because then you'll have to put it in every single...
Yeah, it'll just be distracting.
Why couldn't... Yeah, okay. So why couldn't the boys have a school scenario like that? They wish their lives could be more simple and not consistently fearing death. There's a few spelling errors, but it's all good. Sadly, it wouldn't be simplified anytime soon because as they made their way from Harry's office, a group of students were crowded around something. The boys moved closer to see what was going on.
Oh, no.
And they already suspected in was trouble of some sort.
I love how, like, possibly like one of the tensest build-up moments in this book is ruined by a grammatical error. Like, I assume it's meant to be, it was trouble.
And they suspected it was trouble of some sort. It is, it's quite a fun, it's really quite a fun little challenge to read this. And I think, anyway.
It was trouble.
Yeah. Surely enough, they saw nearly dickless Ned, completely nude, dick hanging off by a strand, and completely petrified.
Wow.
Like in the Chamber of Secrets.
Nearly Nicholas. What's the guy's name from the actual Harry Potter? Nearly Headless
Nick. He's nearly Nicholas.
Nearly Nicholas Head.
He's got one Nick.
Bloody don't have. I've got a bit of a Nick.
Bit of a Nick, but not many.
Yeah, he was petrified. So
his dick's hanging off by a strand. I love that detail.
But also, that's the other thing. Can ghosts get naked? Like, can a ghost remove its ghost clothes? Can ghosts have sex? Can ghosts have ghost babies? I assume not.
I don't think they can have ghost babies, but I think they can remove... I mean, yeah, because then what did he do earlier? Nearly dickless? How can you be nearly dickless?
Oh, yeah, he pulled his pants down. Yeah. Okay, so
Sure.
So nearly dickless Ned. This is interesting.
But that wasn't all of what they saw. Because lying on the floor, writhing in pain, was Harold Biscuits, covered in blood, predominantly in the groin area.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And also, Harold, introduced in the book as like a loser character, and does seem to constantly be the character in the book that just is around, but only to get badly hurt. Do you know what I mean?
He hasn't been there for any of the wins, has he?
No, only the losses.
He didn't get any lollies from Harry Potter. That's for sure. In the office. But he's here to get his dick chopped off, we presume.
Oh, God.
Ow! Harold was screaming, and several staff members ran over to try and help. But they were like, oh, shit, this looks serious. Let's bounce. And they left.
There's a kid writhing in pain with an appendage chopped off on the floor. There's blood everywhere. Oh, we'll just go over and help this. Oh, it looks serious.
Oh, God.
Let's bounce.
Let's get out of here. Like, this looks like a lot of paperwork to be filled out, a lot of incident reports.
And he, like,
Cheeseman Dame will be on our ass about this. The last thing you want there is a message from Cheeseman Damo.
If you can't trust the staff at your school to help a student, like, who can you trust?
I know, because then you're a kid, you're like, well, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be grabbing the nearest thing, a clag, and trying to glue the dick back on. Everyone doesn't know, clag was a type of paste predominantly used in primary schools.
Yeah.
So they said, let's bounce, and left, pretending they didn't see anything. One was playing Lilac Wars.
Again, Lilac Wars, the Nintendo 64 game, around the world known as Star Fox 64, but in Australia known as Lilac Wars.
Probably not referenced since the first book.
What's that? Yeah.
But now just out of nowhere.
Well, in the first book, Falco, one of the characters from Lilac Wars, appeared from another universe and killed someone. So that's crazy.
Which I remember not being a big fan of. But,
but the author was and brought it back.
Oh, God, here we go. This sentence is a little bit interesting, but Harold's dick had been completely severed from his penis. What? What does that mean? I'm just getting the sense that little mini radio Mike's sex ed hadn't been completely accurate to this point.
Oh my God, his dick has been severed from his penis.
What?
Now, for those who don't know, a dick and a penis are just the two words for the same thing.
Yeah, they're synonyms.
His dick and penis.
Completely severed from his penis. It was lying floppily on the floor, like an earthworm searching for gold.
What?
Do earthworms look for gold?
I don't know. What does that mean? But you know what? That being said, I can so accurately picture the penis now.
Yeah, but it's like, really thin and weird. Here we go. Yeah, so it's like an earthworm searching for gold. Flopping. Penis flopping gloriously on the cold, hard ground of Hogwarts.
Oh, God.
Harold, what happened to you? Said Michael. Are you okay? Who did this? Said Rob. Derek had appeared and seen the commotion. He vomited instantly and started flailing hysterically, screaming out to anyone who would listen. Quick, call the police, call the CIA, the FBI, the Men in Black. Get everyone over here to help. The Men in Black. I would love that just to then, in the next scene, here come the Men in Black.
Oh, God. Was Men in Black even out? Yeah, Men in Black was like the early 2000s.
You don't try to say you predated Men in Black. I actually had the idea first. What an outrageous claim.
Well, and I wrote The Nutty Professor.
Yeah, and you wrote The Nutty Professor. Oh, Dimmy. Oh, fuck.
He hasn't appeared for ages.
Now he's just suddenly... Dimmy ran after Derek. It's okay, Derek. Don't worry.
No. Okay, I have to read all of Dimmy's dialogue because you've never captured him.
I've never done it.
No, he's more endearing than you make him.
Well, obviously not a great director.
Okay,
but
you say the line into it.
Yeah, this will be great.
So from now on, I'm going to read all of Dimmy's lines. Go.
Dimmy ran after Derek.
It's okay, Derek. Don't worry. My dad works for the Men in Black. He knows Will Smith character in that movie. I'll get him over here quickly. Also, did you know my uncle is Eminem? He can get us free albums. That's Dimmy. So you read him as like a grungy villain. You read that as your Dimmy.
I don't want to.
No, read it as your Dimmy, just so people can see how the voices matter.
So Dimmy ran after Derek. It's okay, Derek. Don't worry. My dad works for the Men in Black. No, I hate it. I hate
that's not, you hate it because that's not Dimmy. Dimmy is, it's okay, Derek, don't worry.
It's okay, Nick. I don't like
my
it.
dad works for the Men in Black. He knows Will Smith's character in that movie. I'll get him over here quickly. Also, did you know my anchor is Eminem? He can get us free albums.
And that's why you wrote it. And I'm not too proud to say I don't need to be cast in every character in every movie. And so I would actually turn down this role if I was offered it.
I would like to be Derek Dimmy moving forward. So Dimmy, and just pause for one moment. So now Dimmy's claim is, and we know he makes outrageous claims all the time, his dad works for the Men in Black and he knows Will Smith's character from that movie.
Not Will Smith.
No. He knows the character that Will Smith plays and his uncle is Eminem.
And you can get us free albums.
That'd be cool. Only Eminem albums or just general albums?
Yeah, I don't know. One of my first CDs, two CDs I think I got at the same time, and one of them was D12.
Oh, yeah. My World?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. With my band and Purple. No, Get Out. Yeah, anyway, good album.
Yeah, great album. That was
These
my
chicks
first.
don't even know
The name of my band.
but they're all on me like they wanna hold hands. Cause once I blow, they know that I'll be their man. All because I'm the lead singer of my band. So I get on stage, right? Drop the mic, walk into these hot chicks, and I'm all like, "What's up?" Like,
Please, my name's... Oh, yeah.
anyway,
I'm a new singer at D12, baby.
it's a good song. It's a good song.
You know what? We'll cut that.
We're keeping it. We're keeping it.
Harold pointed upward to the wall he was sitting underneath while grasping his now empty penis.
So it's like the empty space where his penis was.
I actually really like that makes, even though it doesn't make sense, it does make sense.
Does it? Because when I
He's
think
he's grasping his empty penis because that is, it's the area where it's like his phantom penis.
but when I think of empty penis, I think like, because if I need a pee, like wee, I would say my penis is full of wee.
Well, I don't think that. I think my bladder is full and then it goes through my penis.
Well, if you want to get technical, but sometimes if you're really busting, like
Right on the- it's right on the
there's
edge
pee
there.
sitting on the edge of the bottom of your penis.
All right, well,
And I assume for vaginas as well.
yeah, well, right in. Yeah, but you can, when you lose a limb, people have phantom pains.
I know that.
so I imagine
it's
that
crazy.
the same thing with the penis. You
Phantom
see a
penis. Do you reckon you could get a phantom stiffy?
Yeah.
I reckon you could.
That's what, yeah. Anyway, that's what leads to ghost babies.
Right in, guys.
The boys stood there, their mouths agape with shock, surprise, and tenure.
Yeah, tenure.
T-E-N-Y-U-R.
Which I guess I was trying to say tenure as in the only word I know that's tenure is like, oh, he's been working here for a really long tenure. Like I don't even know if I used it right, but tenure is in a working position.
And I know in the US, if you're a teacher, you like, oh, he's got tenure. As in,
right.
You can't get fired from, that's why you can't get fired from being a teacher or whatever. Or something like that, because you've been there. I don't know. I think it's like,
Harry Potter would love that.
yeah, because you've been there so long.
So not only have I just used a word that doesn't fit in that sentence, but I've also spelt it incorrectly.
And it just doesn't even look like the right language. So
T-E-N-Y-U-R. Tenure.
Okay. Anyway, there was shock, surprise, and tenure for some reason because they're written in plain English on the wall. We assume anyway because they're written in plain English on the wall in what appeared to be blood from Harold's dick. They could tell because there was a bit of cum mixed in with it. Oh my God.
Dry retching. That's disgusting.
Wow.
That is disgusting.
What the fuck?
That is gross. And, well, we know where this is heading because this is Chamber of Secrets all over again. The writing on the wall.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, but it had nothing to do with
Well, there was no cum there.
There was no,
Sorry,
you're
like Ginny Weasley wasn't rubbing cum on the wall. and thank God,
Not
because
in
she
that
was
scene.
far too young.
Yeah. Anyway.
And maybe 6 years later when she was with Dean Thomas, but
Oh God, who wouldn't? Was so
so written in plain English. Yeah.
With what appeared to be blood from Harold's dick.
They could tell because of the cum.
Yep. was a message in clear English and one message in French.
It actually
I really
says,
like that.
written in plain English on the wall,
Yeah, but then-
was a message in clear English and one message in French.
The boys read the message aloud.
Wow.
Clownish Kim Jiri has returned to Hogwarts. The Voldemort Reunitement Committee is back. Bonjour, ça va? Sorry, just practicing my French here as I have a presentation on Friday. That's written on the wall in blood.
And a bit of cum.
And a bit of cum. Bonjour, ça va?
And it's also just an interesting formatting note of the book. This is in red. Like the font has turned red for this message to indicate the blood. No hints of white in the red to represent the bits of cum. But
Although, to be honest, I thought it was a bit of a lighter. It's slightly off red. I thought it was a lighter red.
yeah, it's a bit of a lighter red. Maybe that's all the cum. But so while we assume Clownish wrote this, and while he was writing it, he's like, "Oh, I need to remember some of my French," and decides to
I
write
think this is a good time.
for his presentation on Friday.
Learning.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, so that's, wow, we are really hitting the stride here.
All right, now back to the narrator.
And remember, this book is called Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament.
Oh, like, what is the fourth book going to be called? Anyway.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Okay, this is from the narrator now. And guys, this is where the book starts getting fucked. Immediately.
This is where the book starts getting fucked.
This is it?
Not when Harry was naked and got a stiffy gun,
No.
and Neville and Lavender were playing 7 Minutes in Heaven.
Not even when Seamus Finnegan was murdered and Harry
framed for the crime.
framed and buried the body.
No one ever followed up on it.
No.
Not even Cheeseman Damo.
Yeah.
There's no investigation into the missing staff
Well, I can
member.
imagine Cheeseman Damo would be like, well, there's been no complaint from Mr. Finnegan, so... Professor Finnegan, so there's no need to investigate. Immediately, as the boys read the message aloud and all the other students kind of just meandered around aimlessly, with no one really wanting to take responsibility for Harold and his dick issue, even though someone definitely should have, Mr. Charger came darting around the corner.
Oh.
I came as soon as I heard, he screamed caringly, as though he cared about the students. I brought Madame Pomfrey. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
helping.
I've forgotten what Mr. Charger... Oh, well, I'll just do Mr. Charger's voice, however.
He's a Stewie Griffin type.
Yeah, but...
Your
Yeah.
Mr. Charger's fine.
Yeah.
The essence of it's fine.
Madame Pomfrey was screaming like a delirious woodpecker. What has happened? I haven't seen anything like this since... And she looked up at the wall and read the writing. Oh, as she looked up at the wall and read the writing, Madame Pomfrey fainted.
So she was screaming like a delirious woodpecker.
We all know that.
Isn't there like Woody Woodpecker who's like,
Okay. All students to your dormitories now. I'm the teacher. I'm going to make sure I protect you. Go, go, Mr. Charger said, as he started firing random killing curses to some of the slowest students to help encourage them to move faster.
guys, back to your dormitories. Avada Kedavra. Come on, get there. Get out.
I'm serious.
I'm serious. I will use these curses if you don't get your keisters to your room now.
I haven't heard the word keister in a while.
I don't know where that came from.
You're right. It was completely correct. Anyway, the entire castle was going crazy. Hagrid saw all the blood on the floor and said, "No, not my tomatoes." And that's
not my tomatoes.
That's not a Hagrid voice.
Yeah, I would read this. No, not my tomatoes. That's how I envision it.
You're a wizard, Harry. No, not my tomatoes. That's not right either.
That's fine.
Sorry, because it's spelt Tomaytos. So we have to say tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Tomatoes.
Would
tomatoes?
Would Hagrid say it tomatoes?
I think so, yeah. Tomatoes. That's how he would say it. Not my tomatoes.
Yeah, good. And so he said, "No, not my tomatoes," and then began breakdancing. So all this blood on the floor.
And a bit of cum.
Hagrid looked at it gone, "Not my tomatoes."
Not my tomatoes. Aren't you happy, sir?
Aren't you happy, sir? And then started
Doing the worm.
breakdancing. You better get to potions now.
You better go to potions.
One student was reading Del Toro Quest. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Because it's such an average book. It's so hard to believe that a student would be reading it.
One student out of a few hundred seems high. And Mr. Charger grabbed the book out of his hand, set it on fire, and used Crucio on the student and said, "Get out of here, quickly! Crucio!"
This will get him moving quicker.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
I love these chapters
is so
where
fucked.
there's just pandemonium and Mr. Charger is just hurling killing curses.
Well, that's what the next bit is. He continued firing killing curses, which hit multiple students. Well, that'll show him.
I also just love, like how does he, I know, suspend your disbelief. How does he explain this to Harry Potter? It's like, Winston, a few students were killed while you were evacuating them. Well, I was just, I was throwing killing curses out to encourage them.
It was crazy, Harry. You weren't there.
Yeah, you would never know. Just gaslighting him.
Yeah, until you're in this situation, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, so leave the tricky stuff to me, Harry. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs.
That's it. Well, I feel like Mr. Charlie would be like, hey, you can't make an omelette without killing a few students. Him in the kitchen trying to make an omelette. I've got to get up.
Oh, sorry, kids.
I have no... This is him, Mr. Charger. I have nothing to do with this. This definitely isn't part of my scheme to kill students. It does feel like he's using anything as an excuse.
Yeah.
Any excuse will do. The boys were absolutely freaking out about what was going on and were genuinely scared, as would be a normal way to respond to a situation as fucked as this. That's true. There was a general sense of pandemonium around the school and everybody was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, because, someone essentially like a man with a gun who's murdering people would cause pandemonium. It's fucked.
Which I guess it's like it's like an open carry system, isn't it?
Everyone has a gun.
Everyone has one.
Yep.
And who could the boys trust? Harry Potter was insane. It never helped them in any way. They couldn't go to him. They returned to the wall with the writing and picked up Harold, who was writhing in pain. The boys rolled their eyes at having to be the ones that helped Harold. I really like that.
I guess so. Fucking fine.
Hell. Like everyone else is running. Oh, fuck, all right. Yeah. No, we didn't want to deal with this freaking dick. Who's going to get the dick?
Who's going to take
I'm not
his
touching
dick?
it.
Oh, God, it's looking at earthworms.
Get a wet wipe or something. They took him up to the hospital wing, which had a back in 5 minutes sign on it.
Oh, because Madame Pomfrey went down.
Yeah, that's the thing. We go, the boys waited for 5 minutes and no one came. Then they remembered that Madame Pomfrey had passed out. So they went back to the wall to get her.
Oh, fucking hell. Where is Madame Pomfrey? Where the fuck is she? Oh. Yeah, let's go get her. Yeah. Let's go get her. We'll bring her up.
They picked up Madame Pomfrey and brought her to the hospital wing, which still had the back in 5 minutes sign up. They waited for 5 minutes, hoping Madame Pomfrey would open the wing back up. Then they remembered the whole thing about Madame Pomfrey being passed out and realised how stupid they looked because she was the one who'd put the sign up in the first place. And now they're waiting for Madame Pomfrey to come back so they could bring Madame Pomfrey to the hospital wing to be treated by Madame Pomfrey. I mean, this does beg the... they should have another staff member or an intern. Madame Pomfrey might take a sick day.
Yeah, she might have to go to the bathroom, have lunch. Who's looking after the kids when she's having lunch?
Yeah, is she on day and night shift?
I guess so. It's never mentioned that she's not.
I tell you what, Cheeseman Damo would have a field day with this. Can't be working 24 hours a day.
Cheeseman Damo, I just remembered that. That's...
After some time.
Sorry, I love
funny.
This entire paragraph of Madame Pomfrey passed out. Let's go get her and bring her up to fix her. So then we can get in.
Fix it. And then they go, back in 5 minutes.
We'll just wait. Madame Pomfrey should be back. Oh, no, because we've got Madame Pomfrey. She's not...
Oh, fuck.
Like in the chaos of this chapter.
They're waiting there with a Harold, they're bleeding out of his dick, and they're holding up a pass at Madame Pomfrey going, where the hell is she?
Where is this bitch?
Oh my God. After some time and several hours being sent in and out of Hogwarts, Madame Pomfrey was left passed out on the floor. As Harry Potter said, she'll wake up eventually. Come on, let's go masturbate.
Why is Harry Potter obsessed with
I don't
masturbating?
know. And Harold's parents rushed to the school to pick up Harold. As Mr. Biscuits arrived, several of the
What?
Sorry. As Mr. Biscuits arrived, several of the female staff and students had their boobs signed by him. As well as several of the males who had DVDs of The Nutty Professor. This is possibly my favourite through, like, oh my, thread of the entire thing.
So it's just like, I just don't get it. Like, did he write
I
the
wrote The Nutty Professor.
It's like he's put the Imperious Curse on everyone to believe that he wrote it.
Which
Wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, 1996. It was. I think it was nominated. It was nominated for
Best.
I think it was for best makeup and
costuming. Yeah,
maybe even won.
I think it did. No, it was nominated. We looked it up. Yeah,
Well,
but still a good feat for the Nutty Professor.
Oscar nominated.
That's insane.
The Nutty Professor. Come on, Harold, said Harold's dad. Let's go home and masturbate. Oh, awkward.
Because Harold's dick's
He
been chopped
stopped
off.
remembering that Harold could no longer masturbate as his penis had been chopped off.
Which is like, imagine a dad saying that to a kid, like,
Come on, mate. I'll tell you what'll make you feel better. Go and have a quick wank.
go have a masturbate. Come on, you lost the soccer game.
Wank. Don't think about me outside. It's all good. I'll be right here. Don't think about that.
Because you know what I think is interesting? Like, you know, masturbation, it's a healthy, pleasurable thing, but it's still not appropriate for a parent to encourage their child to masturbate. Don't you reckon? Like, it's just not. But it's like, yeah. Anyway.
It's not. Yes. I guess it is healthy. It's normal. It's not like, your parents aren't going to, it's not like, oh, hey, you should go to the gym. You should go for a run. Go have a masturbate.
Yeah.
Go have a masturbate.
It's like, yeah, you know, do some R&R.
Yeah, anyway.
Tender love and care.
I don't know what I thought R&R was. Rims and wristies. That's what it was in my family anyway.
Oh, God.
So then Harold's dad continues. By the way, Lavender Brown, your boobs are surprisingly perky for a woman of your age and stature.
Call back to the last chapter.
Which I think, seeing as he was signing everyone's boobs, that's the only appropriate time to comment on that.
You reckon? I feel like it's not appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
No.
Either. But it was the most contextually appropriate for this.
I mean, think about it. If I was signing someone's boobs,
nice.
and I'm just like, oh, your boobs are really perky for a woman of your size and age and stature. Like, what would you say to that? You'd be like, that's awkward. Yeah, it would be so inappropriate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But I mean, sure.
God.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The boys.
Say your point. What's your point? No, it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't. Move on.
The boys had only one choice. They needed to know and understand more. I'm reading as the author intended.
Again, like undermining the seriousness with typo.
They needed to know and understand more about what was going on.
Which is basically what's been said every chapter of this book.
Line, and the listeners are all thinking, we need to know and understand more.
I'm going to stop listening if... This is like how people used to describe Lost. You know the TV show Lost? People,
oh my God.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah. And I do know this feeling because you kept thinking you're about to find something out and you find one thing out one episode and then you're like, but how does that tie in?
Yeah.
And the next episode, they're like, oh, no, you're nearly close to finding out what those people on the other side of the island are.
Yeah.
It just kept...
This is Lost.
Like trickling, but then it would...
And then there was no payoff.
I felt like, was there? But there wasn't. It was like, I still don't know what happened.
I'm pretty sure at the end Lost was purgatory. Ugh. Like the island was purgatory.
That's fucking lame, isn't it? I think it's because they made up all these different plot lines. Yeah. And they were like, they lost track. Coming to the end of the series, they're like, how do we, like, we've just assumed we'll tie all these plot lines in. Yeah. And they're like, look, there's actually no way we can do it without it being all fucking fake. Yeah. Oh, fuck it.
Hey, just one quick scroll up. I just remembered when Mr. Charger saw the person reading Del Toro Quest and set it on fire. Now, this is an interesting point to me because Mr. Charger also hates Del Toro Quest then. does this imply that maybe Mr. Charger is also the narrator?
Wow.
Could that be a clue? Because I just thought it was just interesting. But I mean, this book, anything can happen, really.
Mr. Charger was the narrator. God.
Crazy
It'd be
stuff.
crazy.
You'd have to reread the books to reframe everything.
Okay. They needed to tell the only person at the school that they could trust about exactly what was happening and what they knew from Mr. Charger's diary that they read a few chapters ago. The boys made their way to Hermione's office, knowing that she was the only person that could give them answers now. Okay. As they reached the office, a PA announcement blared across the intercom system. Attention all teachers and students. This is just a reminder that Derek is a disgrace to all wizards. Also, I've heard rumours that Clownish Kim Jiri, the notorious mass murderer and dick chopper offerer, has returned to Hogwarts, and I'd like to confirm that they are true. So fuck my ear and call me a bitch.
Oh, no.
That's what it says. I mean, fuck my ear and call me a bitch. Okay, if I have $1 for every time I said that. At this stage, it's everyone for themselves. All the best. Anyway, good night, everyone. I'll be barricading my room. There ain't no way this dick's getting chopped off. Nah, not me. This dick's my moneymaker.
No, your moneymaker is being the headmaster of a school.
Yeah, but maybe it's his side. Maybe he's got no
side hustle. Well, he's head of giving head as well.
Well, we know.
Not anymore. Seamus, but he's dead, so we don't.
Dethroned. Harry's mindless voice rung into the boys' ears. A centaur walked past and casually asked where the toilets were, and Sam was like, "Just 2 doors to your left," but it was actually 3 doors.
That is not written. It is, but can you read the last paragraph again?
Okay. So Harry's mindless voice rung into the boys' ears. A centaur walked past casually and asked where the toilets were, and Sam was like, "Just 2 doors to your left." But it was actually 3 doors. Just a centaur. Clop, clop, clop. Hey, the toilets around here? Yeah, just 2 doors to your left.
Okay.
Clop, clop, clop.
Door 1, door 2.
Hey. It's 3 doors. Okay, 3 doors.
I also I love that.
Weird.
I love that. Of so much has happened in this chapter. People have died.
Yeah.
People have been tortured. A book has been burned.
Oh, sorry, that's the end of the chapter.
That's the end of the chapter. A book has been burned. So much is going on.
Yeah.
But the author decides that the biggest dilemma, the biggest unresolved dilemma of this chapter is like, well, that centaur's going to go 2 doors to the left.
Yeah,
he ain't finding the toilets.
Well,
and
that is a real cliffhanger. Did he find the toilets, or has he just walked into a different room and just...
Has he walked into a classroom thinking it's a toilet,
Also,
why is there a centaur in the school?
Why is it a centaur using a toilet is going to be... I mean, how are they even...
Yeah.
Does he back up onto it?
Don't know.
He'd be half at the cubicle.
And I think this is what I mean when I say it's like Lost, because it's like we've received no answers, and we've also received another question that's totally irrelevant to the book. Because now I'm like, is that a passing gag, or is the centaur in the bathroom relevant?
Probably not, but I do like the idea of it's a whole this happens in real life as well, where there's just like a chaotic thing happens in a room, and someone completely unrelated will walk into the room and just be like, they would have no idea what's going on. Like, there's been a big fight in like an office, and it's all silent, and then someone else walks in and goes, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
Ooh, a bit frosty in here.
A bit dense in here.
I'll just go to the toilet.
Yeah. Where is that again?
Where is that?
It's 2 doors to your left. No. I mean, interesting chapter.
I just loved it. I hope the next chapter starts with a centaur walks out of the bathroom and goes, "Well, don't go in there." I wouldn't go in there if I were you. Or if it's in like 3 chapters time. Yeah.
A centaur tumbles out of like the roof of Hogwarts, and it's like, "Where have you been?" "Oh, well, this kid told me it was 2 doors to the left. I ended up in a corridor, and there was some stairs. I've ended up here, and I've fallen out."
Or what would happen in this book is that he's gone into like Harry's office and done a shit in the pensieve, and then they go to use the pensieve later, and they have to put their faces in the
centaur shit. Yeah, that'd be good. So Clownish Kim Jiri is officially back. He is at Hogwarts.
Yes.
He's chopping off dicks. He's petrified nearly dickless Ned, possibly in a bout of revenge. And yeah, it's gearing up.
Yep, and the Team Wizard tournament, nowhere to be seen.
It was cancelled when Gorby died. The only right decision.
And so now we're just on track to, I don't know,
Finish the book, I guess.
find Clownish Kim Jiri.
Yeah. And the last book was, I think, 32 chapters, and this one's longer. So we've still got
Holy moly.
at least 10, 11 more chapters of this.
Just quietly, do we finish this before Christmas?
I don't know, possibly. It might be coming up to Christmas when we finally finish this. And I started the first book.
We might have to do some more bulk recordings, I think. I know, not that we do that. But
Yeah.
anyway, sorry.
no,
This is an off-air chat.
Thanks for coming on again.
Oh, of course, mate.
Do you have anything to plug?
No, well, not really. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram, at Sam Garlepp.
Yep.
Because I like getting more followers because I lose them when I post certain things.
Like what? When you post this, do you lose followers?
I don't think I did. It is funny, whenever I post a couple shot of me and my girlfriend, I lose followers.
Because single girls are like, he's in a relationship.
It's either that or then people who have randomly followed me are then just reminded that they follow me and go, who is this guy?
Yeah. I lose followers every time I post anything, to be honest.
so I like
I'm
to-
surprised I'm not on zero.
So I'd like to gain some, and feel free to follow me, and you can unfollow me if you want at some other point. But yeah.
Cool. RadioMikePod@gmail.com if you want to write in. There'll be an hour post this week again, and radio.mike on Insta. Tweet about the show. I'm on Twitter at It's Radio Mike, and the TikTok for Harry Potter and the Boys. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right.
So I will end the podcast by saying goodbye. Hamoras.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, where's the bathroom? Nah, it's my house. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.